Alright, I'm going to make a few video responses. I'm going to try to be quick and to the point, and bring up each topic in order that you did in the way that I outlined them. So first off, you were accusing Obama of leading us down a economic downturn. Obama was inaugurated January 20th. He's been in office 68 days. And anyone who knows anything about the American political system knows that it takes a little bit longer than 68 days in order to fix an economy. And he is trying to fix the economy. The reason that Bush was being criticized about the economy and all of the debt is because he wasn't doing anything to fix it, and in fact was just making more of it. Obama is actually taking action to fix the debt. And to fix that debt, he's going to need to spend money. It's not going to be $5 trillion worth of debt in 10 years. Those are, very unrealistic numbers that are probably from a very uncredited news source. Plus, he's following the same sort of outline that was done by FDR in the New Deal, which is where you spend a lot of money in, U.S., building parks, bridges, roads, because it is this sort of physical manual labor that is what creates jobs where, we've lost our largest job section, which is in the career job, the middle-class career job that doesn't require a college education. The factory job, at the car manufacturing plant, or the job at the steel mill, jobs where, you could support a family, just with that job. That no longer exists. It's disappeared, and now the husband and the wife have to work, and they're barely making ends meet. Paper mill jobs that are disappearing all across the state of Wisconsin where I live. So that sort of thing, that sort of spending is necessary for fixing the economy, and he's trying to put the money where it's going to do the most good, which is where we've lost the most jobs. And then you started talking about social issues. You said something about giving condoms to all the little kiddies. Giving condoms to kids is a proven campaign to prevent teen pregnancy. And if you think teen pregnancy is a good thing, then that's fine. But whenever a teen gets pregnant, that prevents them from pursuing higher education most of the time, bettering themselves, getting a higher paying job. When they can't get a higher paying job, it just starts creating a cycle where their kids are poor, and they're most likely going to get pregnant at a young age, and it just repeats itself. So it's just a very bad thing. And then you started talking about throwing money at failing schools. The reason that schools fail is mainly because they don't have money, and the reason they don't have money is because they're poor schools. And what you do to fix that is that you give schools money so that they can get proper books, hire good teachers, and get proper equipment and facilities. Because once you have those things and you can provide a quality education, then the people living in that area are going to get better jobs. And they're going to increase the tax revenue. And schools get paid off of, property tax. So, if you educate the populace and they get better jobs, they'll increase property tax, and then, therefore, you'll no longer have to give schools government funding. Milwaukee schools have that same problem, because what happened, and forgive me if this is at all, a generalization or seems racist, because I do not mean it, but after the Civil War, and a lot of the slaves were freed, a lot of them moved north, and they went into the cities looking for work. And, the whites moved out of the cities because the blacks were moving in, and they moved out and, moved into suburbia. And they took their high-paying jobs with them. They took the tax base with them. So all of a sudden, the inner city no longer has these, high-paying jobs and this high tax revenue, and the schools no longer have the money to provide a quality education. So the people who move north, who've set down their roots, no longer have access to a high quality education. Their kids aren't getting good paying jobs, and crime increases when you have poor education system and poor jobs and not a lot of money in an area. So that only makes everything worse. So giving the school money is the only way that you can stop this snake eating its own tail. Then I believe you started talking about how Obama wants to take over all of the businesses. That would be unrealistic and completely untrue. One thing that I have heard about is that he would like to buy up a lot of the bad debt, put it in one, government-owned bad bank, so that all these other banking institutions, don't fail and your retirement doesn't disappear. Then you mentioned the Second Amendment, which I'm not even going to go there. And then you started talking about public radio and how he wants to stop that, which was interesting because public radio is predominantly liberal and is normally very to the left. So why you'd want to stop that, it seems very interesting. And the next point is that you started talking about how people on YouTube hate you and dislike you. It's not that we hate you. I don't hate you. I respect your opinion. It's your opinion and you have the right to express it. What a lot of YouTube viewers don't like is unthoughtful, unresearched, generalizations and broad opinions that have very little fact backing them up. When you just go on and say all liberals this, all liberals that, all atheists this, and how it's all undermining our economy, and I'm just going to blame our new president because he's not a Republican, is why your videos are being poorly received. Then another reason why your video is being poorly received is because then you proceed to slander YouTube. You're on here using this public forum, most likely the only major public forum that you have access to, and you can post your video, I can post my video, and simply because there are more people on YouTube who are posting videos that don't have the same opinion you do, doesn't mean that it's a sewer. Just because it is Internet 2.0 and it's being created by non-professionals, like yourself and myself, doesn't mean that it's a cesspool. It just means that it's, everyday people, the people you go to work with, the people I go to work with, that sort of thing. And you going on here and calling a sewer and slandering it when you yourself are participating in it, when you have climbed into this sewer, is interesting to me that you go and slander the public forum that you're using to slander the public forum. And then the final point, which is always an interesting one, is when people always talk about, it's okay, God's in control, everything will be alright. If God is completely in control, then, everything is part of his plan. Then anything Obama does, anything the liberals do, anything the atheists do, are all part of his plan. And since you're okay with his plan, why are you complaining about what they're doing? They're all part of his master plan, aren't they? So, would love to hear back from you. Would love to see a little bit more research, some numbers, some more facts inside of what you're doing. Because every opinion is very valid, and it's just appreciated by the YouTube community when your opinion is more supported by facts and isn't as much of a rant as a statement. So that sort of thing can be much better received. So feel free to comment back, and hope you have a good day.